Well, hi, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. I just wanted to start by saying how much I love the show. I think the best thing on TV, well, it's not on TV, on streaming, the best thing on right now. I just watched the ninth episode and I'm still kind of tripping from that.
Watch the ninth episode?
From the screeners. So I'm a bit ahead. Yeah, but
What?
it's,
I know. Oh my God. Okay,
yeah.
that's
So let,
awesome.
so let me ask you, how far in advance did you know that she was going to be leaving this town? And were you as shocked as the rest of us were when we found out?
I was shocked. I was very shocked. But I knew once she goes into, oh, she falls from the tower. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna kill me because nobody's safe, right? So I thought that was the end of me. But they're like, no, you actually wake up in a hospital. I'm like, that's crazy. Is that real? That's not real. So yeah, I knew when we finished, like when the little boy pushed me, I'm like, okay, so I need to say my goodbyes to my friends and thank you so much for this opportunity. But they told me that she was gonna wake up in the hospital. I'm like, that's going to be crazy, and it was crazy.
Yes, it was. So do you think that she made the best time of her time in the real world? Like, do you think that she made the best decisions maybe while she was there? Just your own opinion?
Yes, I think she did. I think she did because who would have believed her that her family was in a place that she couldn't tell them where it is? Where is your ID? I don't know. Do you have money? No. Do you have nothing? She doesn't have anything on her own. Um, your family disappeared, but then you came back. What did you do with them? Like I think there was a lot. I was talking to the creator about the Gabby Petito case, and when the boyfriend shows up without her, everyone was like, "What did you do?" And of course,
Yeah.
unfortunately, this guy killed her. And this is the same kind of like reaction that people would have with Tabitha coming back to the real world without her family. Like, that's who's gonna believe that you don't know where your kids are? You don't know where your husband is? Like, what are you talking about? And I think that that was a very cruel twist for her. Because I feel that it would have been so easier to go to the police and be like, listen, my name is Tabitha, and people would believe her and be like, okay, let's drive around. But how is she gonna go back to the town? It's just, I think she did what she could.
Okay.
Although had, a little latte and, something, delicious pastry or something like that. Me.
That's fair. That's fair. So the next thing I was going to ask is what item from the real world would you give Tabitha when she's there to help her? And also, if you were there stuck as Catalina, what would you, I guess, miss the most? You said about a latte. Maybe that's the answer for that part.
What thing? I mean, like, what can you use in town? Maybe a radio? No, not even a radio, because look what Jim, I mean, like, we went nowhere. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe, no. I have no idea. I don't know what would have would have taken.
And what would you miss the most? I know before I left, you mentioned a latte. Is that what you would miss?
Are greatly missed, yes. But I would get stuck anywhere with my kid. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter if it's Antarctica or if it's from town. As long as I have my kid with me, I would survive. I would be fine. If I was without him, that's a different story. Then I will go crazy trying to get to him.
That's fair. So let me ask you, considering it sounds like you don't know things well in advance, what's one of the mysteries, without telling me whether it gets answered or not, obviously, so we don't spoil something, but what's something that you yourself, after having, been part of the show that you want to know? Because I assume that the performers have lots of questions too.
I want to know who the monsters are. I want to know why they're dressed as, the mailman, the milkman, the dancer, the cheerleader. I want to know that. I want to know why are we chosen to stay in front. I want to know. Um, I want to know. I want to know. I want to know so many things. Just going down the line from season three, there's a lot of questions that I still do have that I have no idea. I'm like, what is? How is this? How? There's. I have a bunch of questions that nobody has seemed to help me figure it out.
All right. Is there any part of Tabitha that you've had a hard time connecting with?
No, no, I understand. I understand, especially the part that she's a driven mother. Everything that she does for her children. She went into the tower because she wanted to find a way to help Julie. She's always, she almost gets, they almost kill Ethan. So it's like it's a lot of like being a mother, and that's something that I really do enjoy in my life. Being a mom, I enjoy being a mom, and being a good mother. It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding, and I love that, and I connect that with my character a lot.
Okay, great. Now, knowing at the end of the episode that they hit the tree, so we're assuming there's at least a chance she could end up back there. How do you think that will change her, having been in the real world? That will she be different at all now?
Of course she's gonna be back. I mean, like, there's a tree, there's a crows. That's the prelude for like, she knows what's gonna happen. Um, and I think there's a lot of pressure for her from herself to herself, to bring some answers to these people that, of course, I mean, like, it's obvious that they want some answers from her now that she had gone out of town. And I don't know if a lot of people are going to understand that she couldn't have the answers that they needed, that she was not the chosen one,
Right.
that she was not, the one that is out with all the answers and she's going to guide them through to freedom. It's not going to be that easy. So I think just coming back to town with empty-handed is tough, very tough for her.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you waiting, and I'm sorry about the technical issues, but thank you.
Just come back to earth. Stop being in.
Yeah, maybe that's part of the problem. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day. I really do love the show.
Bye. Thank you.